Truth Seekers. Welcome back. Zach here. Yesterday, Thursday, January 12th, 2017, Congresswoman Maxine Waters, Democrat from California, was beginning to talk about her concerns with the man who was going to head the Securities and Exchange Commission under Donald Trump. She's worried that they have intentions to undermine regulations that will end up hurting ordinary Americans. And in the middle of her speech, as it was being broadcast on C-SPAN through their online viewers, right as she was about to address Donald Trump and her concerns, this happened. Check this out, Truth Seeker. This happened yesterday, January 12th, a Thursday.
Thus, at this time, with a bill that would basically take our cop on the block, the SEC, and literally obliterate it.
So anyway, you get the point. Just in the middle of it, C-SPAN, which is constantly recording what's going on in Congress, it just went to this, RT News, out of nowhere. I mean, what's C-SPAN doing going to RT News? Russia Today, it stands for. So anyway, her website, Maxine Waters, who was speaking, she wrote a statement on her website about this happening and how she finds it very curious that it happened right as she was going into what she was about to say about Donald Trump. She says, at the time, I was discussing my opposition to H.R. 78, a Republican bill that would require the Securities and Exchange Commission to undertake an extremely onerous and financial industry-friendly cost-benefit analysis to the detriment of its rulemaking and enforcement duties that protect investors. So anyway, that's what she was about to talk about right when it cut away. New York Times wrote an article about this. New York Times, established once upon a time in history on the date with 33 numerology. They thought it was interesting. So anyway, this got some mainstream attention. Here's what I find so interesting. It seems that this is another planned, orchestrated stunt to continue on with the narrative. Russian hacking on the side of Donald Trump, New World Order corruption. Look at this. The name Maxine Waters, the name of the woman who was speaking, has the exact same name gematria as Russia Today, the name of the news channel that it cut in, RT, which in the last half a decade or so has become relatively popular in the United States. How this RT News crept up out of nowhere. But Maxine Waters interrupted by Russia Today, perfect gematria match. Russia Today also has gematria 44. Donald Trump, the 45th president. Remember, Donald Trump announced as the 45th president on the anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall, which has a lot to do with the Soviet Union, Russia, Donald Trump's wife from that region of the world. Berlin Wall in gematria sums to 45. Donald Trump, the 45th president, but only the 44th man to be president. Just like how Obama's number 44, but the 43rd person. That's thanks to Grover Cleveland, who had a split term, number 22 and number 24, throwing the count off. But anyway, Russia Today, 44, like Trump, the 44th person to be president, 44 kings of Israel, the U.S., New Jerusalem. With regards to RT's 38 gematria, Make America Great Again sums to 163, Barack Hussein Obama sums to 163, 163 the 38th prime number. At the beginning of the Obama administration, there was the birther argument, birther 44. The first year of Obama, it was Obama and Trump in the media. The final year and a half, Trump on the campaign trail, now the president to replace Obama. Again, all part of an orchestrated show by the numbers the change. The word change equals 38. We're changing from Obama to Trump. She was just about to speak out against Trump and the appointment to the SEC. Let me show you what else is so interesting about this. Scroll down here to the bottom. I should mention the word Pennsylvania has gematria of 152, like Pennsylvania Avenue. She was just as about to speak about the man who takes the White House January 20th. Maxine Waters was born August 15th, 1938. There's 38 again. That day she's born on, the 227th day of the year, that special number 227. When you divide 22 by 7, you get the number for pi, like you learned about in geometry class. Pi r squared, 2 pi r, finding circumference, area of circles. Remember that? Pi, pi. When you divide 22 by 7, you get pi. When you write out 22 divided by 7, it sums to 314 in gematria using the English alphabet. 22 divided by 7 is 3.14. Very similar. It's also the day that leaves 138 days left in the year. She was just about to speak about Donald Trump. Donald Trump, 138. From the incident to her upcoming birthday, she'll turn 79 years old. The word murder equals 79. From the incident to her upcoming birthday is 216 days. This year, Donald Trump had his GOP convention in Cleveland, home of the 216 area code. Remember Game 6 of the NBA Finals, the last game in Cleveland, the sum of the score was 216 points. 216, the product of 6 times 6 times 6. It's also from her last birthday, her 78th, to the incident. And this is HR 78, the bill that she was talking about, HR 78. She's 78 years old. Record spin at 78 revolutions per minute. Speaking of pi, circles and cycles. From her last birthday, her 78th, to the incident is 151 days. 151 is the 36th prime number. Her initials, MW, Maxine Waters. MW, 36. When you count every number 1 through 36 and add it together, it sums to 666, 666, number of the beast. Just like how 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. This incident coming up perfectly like that for her. It really makes me think it's all part of the planned, staged agenda. You know, these politicians have people writing their speeches, scheduling their days for them. Maybe Maxine Waters didn't even realize how she was going to get used in the ritual. There's so many different variations of what could ultimately be happening, but it is all being planned and executed. Maybe Maxine Waters is the fool for how she was used in this. Or maybe she knows. But no doubt this is what's going on, These people, the New World Order, the Illuminati, the Freemasons, the Zionists, the Jesuits at the top, they do everything by the numbers, little riddles, little rituals, as if they're bored tyrants, So I think we covered it all. Very interesting news even without the decoding. What is RT News doing hijacking the broadcast to C-SPAN? But again, it's all part of the ongoing narrative. Russia, hacking, Donald Trump versus the U.S. intelligence because Donald Trump's siding with Russia. All of this stuff is just ultimately New World Order propaganda, conditioning us, programming us for the future. Past presidents have told us so many times about this New World Order, this one world order. They're cluing us in. The U.S. and Russia, they serve that same one world, new world order, which is an old world order. A lot of parallels between the U.S., Soviet Union, Russia. Major military empires, space program, nuclear program. Giant military empires. Until next time, truth seeker.